Talk louder here.
All right, so we are here today at Park Avenue LASEK, 102 East 25th Street, parkavenuelasek.com, with Dr. Chynn and Rodney, who is 1 week out from having his non-cutting LASEK surgery. Rodney, how are you feeling so far?
I am awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let me just introduce this case a little bit. So he was farsighted, which means he had a plus prescription, which means he was hyperopic. It means that you see pretty well at distance, but you can't see anything up close. So many people out there, they're farsighted or presbyopic, which is when you get older. Same thing, you need reading glasses. So he was farsighted and presbyopic, which means without his glasses, he couldn't read anything. Many people out there, including even some eye doctors, are not clear that we can fix hyperopia or farsightedness and get rid of the need for reading glasses. They think we could just do it for nearsighted people want to see better far, but it's not true. He's living proof, and then he's only 1 week out. He's already seeing very well for distance and near. We did something called reading vision or monovision, the same thing I did. My right eye is dominant. It's my shooting eye or the eye that I would use to take a picture or play billiards. And that's why I did the right eye for distance and the left eye for near. So my right eye is perfect for distance. I can't see up close. My left eye is perfect for close. Can't see distance. But with both eyes open, I can do both. Okay, it sounds strange, but we'll just try it in a contact lens for a few days. You don't have to stay like that. That's just to make sure you like it. And there are some people out there in contacts who are actually in monovision right now, so it's pretty easy for them because they know what it's like. So I guess the first question, Ronnie, is was it kind of strange to you when we proposed the monovision, or is that something that you'd heard about before?
I've never heard of it before, but I am completely sold. I am totally happy.
Yeah, it's really cool. So people get used to it, and then did we do the contact lens trial on you, or I think you skipped that or something like that?
No, I
Oh,
believe
we
to
did do the
correct me.
contact lens
So we
trial.
had the
Yeah, yeah,
contact lens
yeah.
in.
Yeah, so normally we do the contact lens trial to make sure they're comfortable with it, and then if they like it, we proceed. And then I guess how would you describe your distance and near vision now? Because you're only a week out. It's gonna get better, by the way. But just tell the audience what it's like. Because how old are you again?
I am going to be 57 in August if I make it. And I can see way, way better than what I used to right now. So I am ecstatic.
Yeah, I mean the reading before, I guess you couldn't see anything, and now it's almost like reading glasses, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely,
It makes you feel younger. It makes you feel like more independent, less dependent on your glasses. For women, especially, they like not putting them on at a restaurant to read a menu because it kind of identifies they're over 50. And then I guess your distance is also better, right?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes.
So then I guess another reason that we had Ronnie here is he kind of seems to enjoy my style of teaching. I think he even noticed in the bathroom my father put something up for me as a kid about like learning and this kind of stuff. So I'm the child of two Asian immigrant parents, obviously pretty strict on the academics, and then I'm kind of a pretty strict teacher, but I am always trying to teach. And I guess we've had some very good benefits with people like Marisa, who's going to go to med school. Some of the people I guess in today's culture, they're maybe not used to the tough love or the strictness. Sometimes both on the staff side and the patient side, they kind of don't really buy in. And I guess maybe we should introduce the topic then a little bit better because this is a fellowship program. I'm actually training doctors formally for the next generation of refractive surgeons. But what was your experience? And I guess what would your advice be to the potential patient so they don't get offended by my teaching style, I guess?
Personally, I personally, this is me, I actually love Dr. Chen. And I love his strict disciplinary
Well, you
style.
had that as a kid, right?
I had it as a kid, and more importantly, what it is, when people learn to pull the layers back, it's a teaching process that one helps you develop a thick skin. He's not trying to chastise you, he's teaching you. And if you really sit back and listen to what he has to say, you will be just as impressed as I have been. And yes, I was the one, and I look all over the place. I did see the little blurb from his dad and stuff like that. I'm always looking at things, and I'm bought and sold. So give him a shot. He's the real deal.
Yeah, I think you're kind of perceiving that when I'm peeling the layers back to identify how the person made the mistake, I'm not doing it to embarrass them.
Exactly.
I'm trying to go back to the root cause of it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
The root cause could be like Tarek the other day. He had a patient who thought the appointment was there. I came in on the appointment wasn't on the computer. That's wrong order of doing things. So you're supposed to put the computer thing in first, and then tell the patient then write on the chart. Because if you tell the patient write on the chart, I guess the phone could ring, you get distracted, you never put in the computer. That's what happens.
Absolutely.
Okay, so when I'm going back to like, how did this happen? It's really not to like make Tarek feel bad. It's really to say, okay, I guess this happened because you forgot to put it in because the order's wrong. You and Dr. Dubchik have to remember you have to put it in first. So these
Absolutely.
kind of things do matter, but I guess yeah, some people just as you go through that process, they get a little bit defensive, and then the whole thing's not received very well.
No, no. And I will say this. I don't want to talk too much. I did a blurb for Dr. Chynn and his staff. Read my blurb. It tells everything right
Like not all of them are going to go on the I guess the review site. So
there.
what would you
Okay.
say in general would be your summary to a new patient in terms of the teaching style here? This is a teaching institution. It's a fellowship to make them more bought in coming in. Let's say.
Well, number one, you got to have a thick skin. You can't just come in here thinking that, oh, this guy is always on my back. That is not the case. He is a true teacher. And I'm saying it because I've witnessed it. And Dr. Chen is not ashamed to bust the staff down in front of people. I will tell you, and I love it because that is how you learn. You learn, you make a mistake, you make a mistake on the spot, you learn on the spot. And this is going to help you in your development. I love it.
Look, it's the way I was taught at like Columbia and Harvard. This is what they do. It only kind of works if the people have pretty secure self-esteem. Otherwise, it's not working very well. I guess with medical students, it's fine. Um, a lot of the staff say, I really wish you'd do it end of the day kind of thing. I wish you would do it in the back office. There's a couple of problems with that. When we tried to do end of the day, they kind of forgot the whole incident. So now we're wasting 10 minutes every time just kind of reviewing what
Yes,
happened. And
absolutely.
they might kind of say yes, but they say yes like this. I guess I did that. Yeah, maybe that happened, but it's not going to be very useful if they don't even recall the
Mm,
incident. Okay. And the other thing about bringing them back, it's a little time consuming. So the correction is really supposed to be really short, so they don't bother the customer. They don't disturb them. It doesn't delay their visit. They're not aware of it. It's supposed to be 60 seconds.
mhm.
Once it gets dragged out, I think that's a little bit of a problem. But if we just have people bought in saying, okay, we're just trying to figure out what's going on, I should do a better job of preambling. So instead of saying just going into it, I could say something like, look, I'm not doing this to try to make you feel bad, but we're trying to figure out how to make it.
I disagree with you.
Yeah, it's a lot of
I
time.
disagree
It's
with
a
you.
lot of time.
I agree with you. It may take time, but I like your approach. And I apologize for my phone going off.
No,
I'm
but
so
I think you're
sorry.
right. If I have to do that preamble every time, it really means the
No,
person is not bought in. You know what I'm saying?
they won't learn.
It's almost like a coach, like Bill
Yeah,
Parcells, an old time NFL coach. He's certainly
absolutely.
not saying to his linemen, "You're a good guy. We appreciate your efforts. I'm excited about your contract, but we really have to talk about this because you're not blocking correctly." He's gonna be like, "Dude, what the hell is
Yeah,
wrong with you? We
yeah.
just talked about it." You know what I'm saying?
Shortest distance between 2 points.
Yeah, it kind
Yeah,
of depends on.
yeah.
So I would say the style's different and the immigrant mentality. I
Yes.
have noticed that in terms of the employees and pre-med interns, the ones whose parents are immigrants, we don't even have this conversation because they're used to it.
Yes.
It's the other group of maybe a
Yes.
little snowflakey. And
Yes.
like last
Agreed.
month, I told Tarek, look, to avoid the problems with the interns, just have this little preamble. He's tough love. He's not trying to do this to make you feel. But then the first person he chose to do this was some Asian person whose two parents are immigrants. They were looking at him like in a third head. They're like, "What is this conversation about?" It's so strange. Maybe it would have helped when I was 5. A little late for that one. So there's a lot of cultural things
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
going on. But I do appreciate you doing the shout out, and you have an A+ result. Part of that's because you're very compliant. And when I'm on the patient's case, it's not because I'm doing it for another reason, trying to get best results is with the reason.
Absolutely.
So I really appreciate it. Congratulations. You're one of our favorite patients. I'm looking
Thank you,
forward
Doc.
to seeing even better than now in the future.
I will. And thank you. I love all you guys. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Yay.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.